Hari 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 Om Tatsat. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Shuddho Buddho Vimuktaha Shruti Shikhara Giram Mukhyatatparya Bhumi Yasmad Jatam Samastam Jagadidam Amrutat Vyapya Sarvam Stitoya Yasyam Sham Shavatareihi Suranaravanajairyakshidam Sarvametad Tam Bhumanam Mukundam Hridigatamalam Krishnameva Prapadye Tam Bhumanam Mukundam Hridigatamalam Krishnameva Prapadye Madhya Hridaya Akashe Sadanandamayo Guruhu Udetu Satatam Samyak Swatmananda Prabodhakaha. Hari 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 Om Tatsat. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Interlock your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect. Close your eyes, open the mouth and the heart, and join me. Remember that our joint recitation should spread upon the whole of the earth and shower its benedictions on every creature upon the earth. Govinda Satyam Jnanamanandam Nityamanakasham Paramakasham
Satyam Jnanamanandam Nityamanakasham Paramakasham
Goshtha Prangana Rinkanalolam Anayasam Paramayasam
Goshtha Prangana Rinkanalolam Anayasam Paramayasam
Maya Kalpita Nanakaram Bhuvanakaram
Maya Kalpita Nanakaram Bhuvanakaram
Kshmamanathamanatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam
Kshmamanathamanatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam
Kshmamanathamanatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam
Kshmamanathamanatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam
Next sloka, which I am going to teach you today, at least the citation, that is from Vairagya Sadakam, Bhartrhari. Bhartrhari is considered to be a great poet, but before he became a poet, he was a very powerful king. Sitting on the throne, the king is supposed to know the pulsations of every citizen of his. He must also equally be able to know what transpires in the palace at different levels in different individuals in the administration and other areas. So the king's attention, ability, skill and what not, you cannot imagine. Ultimately everything is decided by him. The wrongdoers will be more every time. So capital punishment will have to be meted out by him. He simply chops off the neck. There were instances where our kings felt so afflicted by the punishments they administered that they left the throne and went to the forest. Are you hearing me? Because it is not a good thing to punish people, especially personally. It is not imprisoning them, chopping off the head. That is why the king was able to administer well and everybody was afraid of law, afraid of the king. In this case what happened, and in an off season, a Brahmin happened to go to see Bhartrhari. Bhartrhari welcomed him. The Brahmin narrated to him whatever he wanted to narrate, but he had taken one mango as an offering, as a present. It was off season. So that mango was very precious so far as the Brahmin was concerned. So he said, it's a good mango, let me give it to the king. And he went back. In the evening, Bhartrhari was sitting on the first floor veranda. What? He found a woman going away from the palace. She had a basket load of horse dung on her head. That will be very blackish in color generally. Over that, an yellow. So he felt that it was the mango. What? He called for her. She said, who gave you the mango? He said, the horse man gave me. He called him. Who gave you the mango? The queen gave me. Bas, ho gaya. So the dearest gift that was given to him by the Brahmin, he felt that the queen was very dear to him and he handed over to the queen. What did the queen do? She had somebody in mind to give it. And that man had another person in his mind. He said, I will no more sit on the throne. I am supposed to know the pulsations of my family members, especially my wife. If this is the way she has behaved and I was not able to understand it or get a clue of it earlier, then I am not worth sitting on the throne. He left without speaking a word. The rest of his time he spent in complete austerity in forest solitude. All the kings are very educated, specially educated in Shastras also. So during the course of the austere life he wrote 3 centuries of verses. One is called the Niti Sadakam, on justice, truth, principles, values, etc. He will discuss what is friendship, how many different kinds of friendship are there. Another is Sringara Sadakam, romance. The king generally has more than one wife because they are supposed to marry. Men population is always less in the Kshatriya community because they will go for war and many will die. So it was necessary to marry more than one. So you can imagine, so he has written about romance. I have not read that book at all. But the third is on dispassion, vairagya. This is a verse from that. What a beautiful verse. I told you that this session is going to be to inculcate vairagya in you. You are only remaining as intellectuals. What is this? When you know something, that knowledge must have a functional effect on your mind, on your intelligence, on your interpersonal relationship, interactions, at home, in the professional front and the societal front. The knowledge and its pronounced effect on your mind, intelligence and interactions cannot be separated at all. So why is it that you are not growing in dispassion? What should be your attitude towards the world? The world has its notorities, not merely its fascinations to offer, but also a number of torments and afflictions also. So this is a verse. I used to recite it first and then commence my talk. So many places I have done this. Adityasya gatagadairaharaha samkshiyate jeevitam vyaparaihi bahukarya bharagurubhihi kalo na vijñāyate jñātvā janma jara vipatti maranam trāsascha notpadyate pītvā mohamayīm pramadamadiram unmatta bhūtam jagad pītvā mohamayīm pramadamadiram unmatta bhūtam jagad. See, when you sing it like that, automatically there is a lot of involvement and attunement in the process. It has to involve your mind. These sounds and words will not come out of your mouth unless the mind produces them. So the formation of idea, concurrent with its own emission in the form of articulation, just imagine the sequence between the two. You cannot escape it. It wrenches you. The brain has to generate the ideas. Instantly they have to be communicated to the vocal system, and from the lower part of the abdomen it has to proceed and finally appear in the form of a sound from the throat, tongue, lips, nose, etc. Then you will hear it. When you hear it, it's an input through the ear. And then, if you can associate the meaning of the words as you recite, there is a 3 or 4-fold concentration. Can you imagine the delight it produces? The same idea, if you read in prose, it will not be able to generate this. So it's a beautiful statement. Adityasya gatagataihi. Aditya means sun. Every day what does the sun do? It comes and goes. It comes and goes. That coming marks the beginning of the day, and going, setting marks the end of the day. So Adityasya gatagataihi. It comes.
Adityasya gatagataihi
Aharaha
aharaha
samkshiyate jeevitam.
Samkshiyate jeevitam.
By the coming and going of sun every day, jeevitam samkshiyate, our life is declining. We will celebrate the birthday. I always say, is it birthday or birth distancing day? Is it birthday or death approaching day? Tell me. You are afraid to say. Huh? It is death approaching day, but we call it birthday. See the foolishness of man. Is there any greater fool than this? Ahadityasya gatagatairaharaha samkshiyate jeevitam.
Adityasya gatagatairaharaha samkshiyate jeevitam.
Wow, what a wonderful saying. Do you like it? Vyaparaihi
Vyaparaihi
Bahukarya Bhara Gurubihi
Bahukarya Bhara Gurubhihi
Bahukarya Bhara Gurubihi
Bahukarya Bhara Gurubhihi
Kalo na Vijñāyate
Kalo na Vijñāyate.
See, an idea, it is sung. How alluring it becomes then. It is actually dispassion that is cultivated by this. Your intelligence is aroused and it is told, here is an evaluation of the life and world that is around you. Vyaparaihi, activities. Bahukarya Bhara Gurubihi, carrying a lot of burden, because a variety of activities you have to perform. So these activities impose a certain burden, load on you. By virtue of that load, kalo na vijñāyate. That time is passing, we don't know. Suppose we don't have timepiece and wristwatch. Do you think we will be able to know what is taking place during the day? Kalo na vijñāyate. Because we are intensely involved in various kinds of activities, domestic, societal, professional, and other things. Because of this involvement, the passage of time also is not properly noticed. Then look around. Jnātva janma jara vipatti maranam Jnātva janma jara vipatti maranam. Are you all singing with full throat? Or some shyness or reluctance is there? Jnātva janma jara vipatti maranam trāsascha notpadyate. Jnātva, knowing well. All around us, janma, people are getting born. Jara vibhatti maranam. They become youthful, they decline. Our body grows up to latest 21 years. We generally live, say, up to 80 years. Out of which 21 years the body has grown. For the rest 60 years, what does it do? It is decline. So, in the declension, when we are affected by jara, old age, etc., thereafter death, even the best man, when he dies, he doesn't feel happy to leave everything and going. Very successful people, very good people who say we are very happy. Swamiji, I am afraid of death. Arey, you are never going to die. You tell me one person who has died. Let him come and say, I have died. We say he has died. That is also a false statement. You are only saying, feeling the body. The body, there is no breath here. And heat also is not there. But if you refer to the body is there. Then what do you say has gone or died? It is something different from the body. Did you ever see it? Then how dare you say he has gone? You have seen only his body and that is lying there. Then why do you say he has gone? Who is that person who has gone? Did you ever try to know him? Did you ever try to know you, in your body? Then what business do you have to say he has died and he has gone? Maximum say the body has become a corpse and cremated. Never refer to him. Not clear? Jnātva janma jara vipatti maranam. So,
vipatti maranam.
This is a sequence. Born, grown, declining, and finally old age. Then, in the old age, if they continue, it is a problem. If they die early, we are unhappy. Then where is that screw to adjust this death? What is this? Jnatva janma jara vipatti maranam trasaschanotpadyate. Not even a small degree of fear is generated by the mind. It does not take any lesson from what it sees all around. The whole sequence is continuously on in a widespread manner. Even then, this fellow does not have any kind of a fear. What shall I say? I can only say the whole humanity is under intoxication. That's all. 3 points he has mentioned. By the coming and going of the sun, the day passes. By being involved intensely in very burdensome activities, we don't even recognize the passage of time. A number of calamities, death and other things are widespread around us. Even then we have no sense of fear, no sense of touch it creates. What can I say? Pitva mohamayim.
Pitva mohamayim.
Pramadamadiram.
Pramadamadiram.
Unmatta bhutam jagad.
Unmatta bhutam jagat.
Why are you not chanting? I don't hear any sound. Pitva mohamayim pramadamadiram. Pitva, having drunk. Pramadamadira. That liquor called inattention, carelessness, callousness. That is what they have drunk. Pitva mohamayim pramadamadiram. That completely has overpowered them. Unmatta bhutam jagad. The whole world, the humanity as a whole, has become absolutely deluded. They are really intoxicated. It is that liquor called carelessness, inattention. Can you imagine? This vrta is called Shardula Vikrididam. 19 letters in a line. This vrta produces profound ideas. Profound ideas are generally hit by this vrta, particular this meter. Adityasya gadagatairaharaha.
Adityasya gadagatairaharaha.
You have to become louder, my dear girl. Why are you so shy? Produce it well. Let the whole body be vibrant by your sound. Adityasya gadagatairaharaha.
Adityasya gadagatairaharaha.
Samkshiyate jeevitam.
Samkshiyate jeevitam.
Vyaparaihi.
Vyaparaihi.
Bahukarya bhara gurubhihi.
Bahukarya bhara gurubhihi.
Kalo na vijñāyate.
Kalo na vidyāyate.
Jnātva.
Jnātva.
Janma jara vipatti maranam.
Janma jara vipatti maranam.
Janma jara vipatti maranam.
Janma jara vipatti maranam.
I am not satisfied. You are not putting your mind fully. Jnātva janma jara vipatti maranam.
Jnātva janma jara vipatti maranam.
Trāsascha notpadyate.
Trāsascha notpadyate.
Jnātva
ज्ञात्वा
जन्मजरा विपत्तिमरणं
जन्मजरा विपत्तिमरणं
त्रासश्च नोत्पद्यते
त्रासश्च नोत्पद्यते
पीत्वा मोहमयीं
पीत्वा मोहमयीं
प्रमादमदिरां
प्रमादमदिरा
उन्मत्तभूतं जगत्
उन्मत्तभूतं जगत्
पीत्वा मोहमयीं
पीत्वा मोहमयीं
प्रमादमदिरां
प्रमादमदिरा
उन्मत्तभूतं जगत्
उन्मत्तभूतं जगत्.
I will recite each line, then you recite. I think by the time everybody should be very familiar. Adityasya gadagatairaharaha samkshiyate jeevitam.
आदित्यस्य गदागतैरहरः संक्षीयते जीवितम्
व्यापारैः बहुकार्यभारगुरुभिः कालो न विज्ञायते
व्यापारैर्बहुकार्यभारगुरुभिः कालो न विज्ञायते
ज्ञात्वा जन्मजरा विपत्तिमरणं
ज्ञात्वा जन्मजरा विपत्तिमरणं
ज्ञात्वा जन्मजरा विपत्तिमरणं त्रासश्च नोत्पद्यते
ज्ञात्वा जन्मजरा विपत्तिमरणं त्रासश्च नोत्पद्यते
पीत्वा मोहमयीं प्रमादमदिराम् उन्मत्तभूतं जगत्
पीत्वा मोहमयीं प्रमादमदिराम् उन्मत्तभूतं जगत्.
As you recite, do you feel happy? Huh? You know, this is something that can create the whole body vibrant. This sound is a very great force. Very great force. It is generated by the brain, received by the brain. That is the beauty of it. Most of the singers, they don't listen to their voice. They should listen. Most of them do not. Now, what shall we do now? Tell me. Shall we recite the verses which we have learnt? Huh? I would like to recite one verse for you, because I am in a poetic mood. And I want you to understand what a great marvel is this Sanskrit language. Is this sloka I have given you? Nistamasi nirajasi? Pranati? Huh? It is there. Oh, then we will give you tomorrow. See, this is a beautiful sloka. Its vrta is called Induvadana. Induvadana. What is the meaning? Indu means moon. Vadana means whose face is like Indu. Such a beautiful verse. I will recite it you here. Nistamasi nirajasi nirgalita sattve tejasi viveka jushi bedamati shunye nirvachana manasa padati gamaj nirvachana manasa padati gamajindyam tattvamasi 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 rajan. Do you like it? What is this? What all things we can make with our sound? Nistamasi nirajasi nirgalita sattve Tejasi viveka jushi bhedamati shunye nirvajana manasa padati gama jindyam tattvamasi 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 rajan. Do you know what is this? Shankara, the great Shankara, he went to Amaruga Chakra, Mandana Mishra, no? And they got into a debate. That particular day apparently was a Shraddha day for Mandana Mishra. Mandana Mishra, Shraddha means no guest will be invited. The Shraddha, whatever is left aside, it is generally given to the crows, but not to any human being. That is not a day where you invite guests and feed them. It is meant for the departed souls. So he had closed his gate, everything was sealed. Shankara went there to have a debate. The gates are closed, so he managed to get in. So when he was a sannyasin was hated by this man. So he said, Kuto mundi. What? Kuto mundi. The word has got a meaning. Kuta means from where? Mundi means shaven-headed man. You know what Shankara replied? Agalan mundi. I said, I am shaven up to the neck. That man was defeated. He was abusively telling him, oh shaven-headed fellow, how did you come here? From where? He said, I am shaven-headed up to neck. The first defeat that man had. So they got into a debate. The wife was a scholarly person. She said, you go on discussing and debating. I will have to prepare food for you. So I will put a garland on the neck of each. Then I will go. Let the garland be there. So she went to look after, and finally 1 or 2 days passed. One day she came. Every day she was calling for husband for coming for food. And the sannyasin was invited for bhiksha. Bhiksha is a very special word which is used for sannyasins alone. That particular day she went and said, both of you come for bhiksha. So her husband looked at the garland, it has withered. So it is understood that he was defeated. She gave bhiksha and said, Shankara, you have defeated my husband. He is only half. I am the better half. So you have to defeat me. Yes, ask your questions. So she started asking some questions about female organ and things like that. Something to do with conjugal life. Shankara felt very bad. I have no answer for these questions. But give me some time, I shall answer. And he disappeared from there. He told his disciples, I am leaving the body. Look after the body fairly well. I will come back and occupy it. At that time, Amaruga Chakravarti was there, who suddenly died for no reason. It appears that Shankara is said to have entered his body and started living in the palace. Right from the beginning, the wife, the queen, had a doubt. Every day the doubt was getting confirmed. It is not my husband, but somebody different. One day after the other, the days passed. The queen sent a number of people to find out whether there was any left uncared human body anywhere. The moment you notice it, set fire to it. You understand the implication? No. This must be obviously another man. So he must have left his body and the body must be somewhere there. So whenever you notice such a body, instantly commit it to flames. So they discovered the body. The disciples were keeping God from a distance, they understood. Now what should be done? Maybe before discovery or after discovery. Somehow this Shankara should be brought from. So they knew about it. So they went to the palace and right in the palace front they started singing. This is it. This was addressed to Shankara. What does it say? Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi Rajan. My dear king, you are the supreme truth. You have left your body. In a debate you were asked some questions. You were not able to answer. So you wanted to have an experience and then give the answer. Understand that matters are very critical. Be awakened, be awakened. You are not the body, you are the other, the supreme truth. And a description. Nistamasi nirajasi nirgalita sattve tejasi vivekajushi bhedamati shunye nirvajana manasa padati gamajindyam tattvamasi 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 rajan. A few verses are there. I have taken only one. O king, you are the unthinkable supreme brilliance which defies all kinds of description. It is Tejasi, brilliance. That brilliance will be let known, will be revealed, Viveka Jushi. The discrimination in you will have to become very splendorous. Bhedamati Shunye. It completely dissolves all kinds of differentiality. Nistamasi. There is no tamoguna there. Ni rajasi. There is no rajoguna also. Nirgalita sattve. At one time the sattva also falls. Nirvajana manasa padati gamajindyam. It cannot be described at all. It is an inner presence, an inner splendor, an inner majesty and magnificence. That kind of a supreme truth you are. You are not supposed to remain in the palace. You have already overlived. Come back, come back. Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi Rajan. See? He got into the other body. But my feeling is that Shankara would not have done it. Only to camouflage and keep him divine, this kind of a story is grafted. Can you recite it? Nistamasi nirajasi
Nistamasi nirajasi
Nirgalita sattve
Nirgalita sattve
Tejasi viveka jushi
Tejasi viveka jushi
Bhedamati shunye
Bhedamati shunye
Nirvajana manasa
Nirvachana manasa
Nirvajana manasa padati gamajindyam
Nirvachana manasa padati gamajindyam
Nirvajana manasa padati gamajindyam
Nirvachana manasa padati gamajindyam
Tattvamasi 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 Rajan
Tattvamasi 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 Rajan
Nistamasi nirajasi nirgalita sattve
Nistamasi nirajasi nirgalita sattve
Tejasi viveka jushi Bhedamati shunye
तेजसि विवेकजुषि भेदमतिशून्ये
निर्वचनमानसपदातिगमचिन्त्यम्
निर्वचनमानसपदातिकमचिन्त्यम्
तत्त्वमसि 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 राजन्
तत्त्वमसि 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 राजन्.
Shall I teach one more verse? Yes. I am not able to find any other verse in this Vritta. The name also we have not been able to locate. But it's such a beautiful song. Tarunaruna karunalaya. No. Tarunaruna karunamaya vipulayatanam. Just see what can be done with this sound. Huh? Tarunaruna karunamaya vipulayatanam kamala kucha kalashidhara pulagīkrita hridayam muralīravataralīkrita munimanasa nalinam mama khelati madachedasi madhuradharamamrutam. രണ്ടാമത്തെ മമ കളഞ്ഞേക്കൂ. മമ ഖേലതി മദചേതസി മധുരാധരമമൃതം. There is a collection of verses called Sri Krishna Karnamrutam of Leela Shuka. This is verse number 18 of that. Only that for that Vritta I have selected it. Only for that Vritta. Do you like it? Just see how swinging words, creeping words, a little it is called Shankara Charidam. Vritta. Vritta is called Shankara Charidam. Tarunaruna karunamaya vipulayatanam. What does it mean? It means our eyes become a little long and broad when emotion picks it up. Any kind of an emotion makes the eyes red. It may be love, it may be hatred, any kind of an emotion. In this case he says, Tarunaruna karunamaya. What is Tarunaruna? It refers to Arunodaya, early in the morning, before the sunrise. So that youthful sun, the red-colored sun, purple-colored sun, when he rises, what will be? In the same Maranam, Karunamaya, always there is mercifulness in the eyes. And therefore, it has become red and also Vipulaayatanayanam. It is long as well as broad. He describes Krishna. Tarunaruna karunamaya vipulaayatanayanam kamala kucha kalashidhara pulagīkrita hridayam. There is a little pornographic touch there. He refers to Mahalakshmi embracing Vishnu. When Mahalakshmi embraces Vishnu, it is a very heavy embrace. So due to that embrace, Pulagīkrita hridayam, he is having a very pleasant vibration in the whole body, horripilation. Muralīravataralīkrita munimanasanalinam. What a beautiful expression. Oh. Muralīravataralīkrita munimanasanalinam. What does it refer to? The lotus hearts of the ascetics. Muralīravataralīkrita. Listening to the flute play of Krishna, the ascetic minds and hearts have all become extremely, due to adoration, they have become very flexible and soft. Mama khelati madachedasi Madhuradharamamrutam. With the nectar of his sweet red lips, he is sporting in my intoxicated mind, he says. My mind is intoxicated with devotion, devotional adoration. So in my heart, this nectar is playing. It is floating there. It is all full of devotion. I don't know whether you like this verse. I have picked it up only because of that vrta. I have never found a verse like this. Only this verse I have found. Otherwise I would have picked up another. Tarunaruna karunamaya.
Tarunaruna karunamaya.
Tarunaruna karunamaya.
Tarunaruna karunamaya.
Vipulayatanayanam.
Vipulayatanayanam.
Kamalakuchakalashidhara.
Kamalakuchakalashidhara.
Pulagīkrita hridayam.
Pulagīkrita hridayam.
Muralīravataralīkrita.
Muralīravataralīkrita.
Munimānasanaliṇam.
Munimānasanaliṇam.
Mama khelati madacedasi.
Mama khelati madacetasi.
Madhuradharamamrutam.
Madhuradharamamritam.
One with long eyes, widened by youthful redness, instilled by compassion, with a heart full of horripilation by the heavy embrace of Goddess Lakshmi, who, playing his flute, makes the ascetics' lotus hearts melt in adoration. With the nectar of his sweet red lips, he is sporting in my intoxicated mind. Where will you find such expressions? This is a typical Oriental style. I don't think anywhere in the world it is there. For us, devotion is not a dry subject. This devotion is ineffably great. If there is a majestic, magnificent, superlative experience of joy, it is only the devotion, spiritual, nothing else. You all feel that joy comes from these inert objects. What are they? They are bare, inert matter. Whether it is your wristwatch or fridge, tell me, is it not matter? Can matter generate an experience or knowledge? Then what are you saying? Who gives you joy at any point of time? Whether it is looking at your own young baby, or maybe a garden of flowers, or a heap of gold ornaments, the joy is an inner experience. It is an emotion. As an emotion, it belongs to the mind. Mind. Your mind, not another's mind. And that is inside the body. So the joy is emotional. Emotion relates to the mind. So never mistake, commit a mistake. We took the 8th verse yesterday, is it not? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamade. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamade. Kade Kanta Kaste Putra, Samsaro Yamadiva Vijitraha. Kasya tvam ka kutayataha tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha. Say?
कस्ते पुत्रः संसारोऽयमतीव विचित्रः कस्य त्वं कुतायातः तत्त्वं चिन्तय तदिह भ्रातः.
I don't think all are chanting. No. Every one of you chant once more.
काते कान्ता कस्ते पुत्रः संसारोऽयमतीव विचित्रः कस्य त्वं कुत आयातः तत्त्वं चिन्तय तदिह भ्रातः.
Good, once more.
काते कान्ता कस्ते पुत्रः संसारोऽयमतीव विचित्रः कस्य त्वं कुत आयातः तत्त्वं चिन्तय तदिह भ्रातः.
Do you know what we are having is a satsang? Satsang is the only place, the only occasion from where you will get a touch of the truth. Your house is not satsang. It is asatsang. Anywhere and everywhere, in the office, in the industry, everywhere. Who will speak about the truth? Who will speak about the soul? Who will speak about true ethics, truthfulness, honesty, etc.? One day when I was speaking about a mother with 2 or 3 children, was telling me, Swamiji, these are days when truthfulness will not work. So a little of untruthfulness is necessary. She says, just imagine, this is the house. This is the house and this is our wonderful mother. A little of untruth, my dear children, is necessary. The mother says this. This is called asatsanga. So here he says, Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jeevanmukti. Satsangatve nisangatvam. Only when you have close association, affinity, closeness with a satpurusha, that closeness will automatically percolate into you, instill in you, imbue into you, nisangatva. I always say, what is the difference between an ashram and a household? I think we are a far bigger household. We go to the same market, purchase the same vegetables, we get the same water. Everything is the same. But our life is entirely different. In the house you do everything for? Here we do everything for? The difference is this much. Whatever you do with a lot of delusional clinging, ambition, greed, and what not, we are doing all that and even more without all these negative features. That is the difference. So when you become close to the satpurushas, sadhvis, etc., then you will find their quality will percolate into you. Satsangatve, nisangatva. Nisanga means the absence of delusional clinging. Resort to satsanga, then you will get nisanga. Somebody asked me how to have love but without attachment. We are all considered to be akhila jiva vatsalaha. We are supposed to be affectionate towards all. Akhila jiva vatsalya. Vatsalya means affection, sublime affection for all the world and whatever the world contains. So when satsanga is had, it gives rise to nissangatva. Nissangatve nirmohatvam. When your mind picks up that nissanga, lack of delusional clinging, it is such a great discovery, such a great opening. It is the full moon rising, 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 with no cloud at all anywhere. Nirmohatvam. You will have no delusion, no agitation, no brahma, nothing. Nirmohatve nischalitatvam. When the mind becomes free of delusion and agitation, you can easily close your eyes and sit. Only the breath will be going in and coming out. There will be no agitation. The mind will become still. Nischala tattve jeevanmukti. When the mind starts becoming still, self-seated, absorbed in its own essence, automatically jeevanmukti results. Jeevanmukti means what? Liberation while you are yet living. How simple it is, you see. That is why the ashrams must have a place in your life. At least once in a year, if not 2 times, you should take some days leave and live in an ashram. The ashram also is meant, who are the people in the ashram? They are also people like you. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jeevanmukti. Recite. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jeevanmukti. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate. Call yourself Mudhamate a number of times. Let not others call you, you call. Vayasi gate kama vikaraha, shushke nire kakasaraha, kshine vitte kaparivaro, jnate tattve kasamsaraha. What a beautiful revelation. Vayasi gate kama vikaraha,
Vayasi gate kama vikaraha,
shushke nire kakasaraha,
shushke nire kakasaraha,
kshine vitte kaparivaro,
kshine vitte kaparivaro,
jnate tattve kasamsaraha,
jnate tattve kasamsaraha.
All of you are enmeshed in the world. Bah! Even iron chains you can break, but the worldly chains you cannot break. That is what you feel. It's all nonsense. It is our mind that clings to everything. The mind can cling to something now, it can cling to something different later. People who have loved each other and married, they also part after some time. Is it not the magic of the mind? So don't think so. Vayasi gate kama vikaraha.
Vayasi gate kama vikaraha.
When age advances, automatically passion declines. It simply leaves. It is all a creation of youthfulness of the body. So as the ayus, that vayas, age advances, kak kama vikaraha. Where is the so-called pull and push of passion? Shushke nire kak kasaraha.
Shushke nire kakasaraha.
There is a pond or even a lake. It is a lake only when there is water. Suppose the water dries up or you pump the water out, then what will happen? Where is the pond? You cannot call it a pond then. Kshine vitte kaparivaro. Should be parivaro.
Vitte kaparivaro.
When you are earning, when you have money, you are employed, everybody will be at your beck and call. Suppose kshine vitte. The money is gone, wealth is gone. Do you think parivara will be around you? You can watch in the internet a very interesting and enlightening sight. You know, the elephants migrate from one place to the other when there is no water. So, in a drying up summer, the elephants had to migrate. So a herd started moving. In that group, there was a mother, there was a child. So the group will move with their pace. They found that the mother and the child were not coming up. So they stopped for the mother and the child to join. Again marched, stopped, and it went on. After some time they found that the mother and the child cannot pick up. So they walked off. The mother tried to somehow take the child. She tried. After some time she found she was also tired. She left the child and went. You can watch it in the internet. What do you say from this? थोड़ा बोलिए ना, चुप रहते हैं क्यों? Don't try to claim superiority over nature. Every reflex in us is designed and maintained by nature. Self-survival. In the same manner, kshine vitte kaparivaro. Our whole family is around you because they feel they will be very happy in your company and you will also be happy. When there is no money to give anybody, what will you do? What will they do? Similarly, jnate tattve kasamsaraha. You think that the world is what is? Understand the truth. What is the truth? This entire world is built on your sleep. What? I already told you earlier. You wake up from sleep and then the wakefulness creates the world. And at the end of the day you go back to sleep. So tell me, what is the sole purpose of your waking? Is it not to sleep at the end? Then why don't you continue to sleep? Why did you wake up at all? So don't wag your tail too much. Understand that this is the truth. You have the intelligence, you are a human, you cannot disown it. So when the truth is known, jnate tattve kas samsaraha. Where is this wonderful worldliness or work? Like a pond is no more a pond when water dries up. In an old body there is no stroke of passion at all, and when the money is lost, no family around. In the same manner, when the truth is known, this samsara will totally be extinguished. Therefore what? Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam haradi nimeshat kala sarvam maya mayamidam akhilam hitva brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva bhaja govindam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate. We end up there. Ma Kuru Dhanajana Yauvana Garvam. Ma Kuru Dhanajana Yauvana Garvam. Be not proud at all, either over wealth or over the people around you, or the youthfulness of your body. On account of nothing you have any right to become proud. Be humble. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam.
Harati nimeshat kala sarvam.
Ma guru dhana jana yauvana garvam.
Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam.
Harati nimeshat kala sarvam.
Harati nimeshat kala sarvam.
Everything will be taken away by the passage of time. Mayamayamidam hitva.
Mayamayamidam akhilam hitva.
Understand that all these are a play of illusion. The world is illusional. The entire jugglery of the senses is an illusion. Everything is built upon the nothing and nowhere called the sleep. And you live in the wakefulness only to go to sleep again. So you tell me, is wakefulness your refuge and source or sleep? Why are you gentle? Mayamayamidam akhilam hitva brahmapadam tam tvam pravisha viditva.
Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva.
Understand the abode called Brahman and enter that. Human life is meant for that. Ma guru dhana jana yauvana garvam.
Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam.
Harati nimeshat kala sarvam.
Harati nimeshat kala sarvam.
Mayamayamidam akhilam hitva.
Mayamayamidam akhilam hitva.
Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva.
Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva.
Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate. This letter Nda, Nada, Govinda, Ananda, Makaranda, all these, they produce a lot of delight. One or two questions I shall answer.
Rachel, will you? Can she be given the mic? Come forward.
Pranam Swamiji, pranams to Nutam Swamiji and pranams to Ma. Swamiji, my question is, how does one differentiate between the mind and intelligence in our day-to-day life? When thoughts come to mind, how do we transcend that thought to intelligence during our daily activities?
First part is okay, second part is not right. You don't have to transform a thought to intelligence. The difference between mind and intelligence is very simple. When I ask you, what is 5 plus 3? What will be the answer? 8. You have not done any effort. You simply say 8. It comes from your mind. The mind it employs the senses, interacts with the world, collects a number of data. That's all what the mind does. Then it remembers. Intelligence means, in every effort of the intelligence, it is a knowledge search, knowledge finding and knowingness. That is not there in the mind. The mind remembers a few items. The intelligence will have to go into them and then say, out of these, what is the priority? Which is what? Which should be where? So when there is a deliberateness and an effort to know, intelligence comes. So I generally tell people, plus 5 into plus 3, how much is it? Plus 5 multiplied by plus 3. Are 5 into 3? 15. Plus 5 into minus 3. Minus 15. Minus 5 into minus 3. How is it? Both are minus. And how suddenly you say plus 15? So initially you have given me the answer. What is that? Plus 15. But I say both are plus. When multiplied, where from do you import this minus? No, I am sorry. Minus, it is minus. And when you multiply it, suddenly how it makes plus 15? I have asked this question to so many people. One man rarely tried to explain to all the others, could not give me any explanation at all. This is called the intelligence. The answer you can give from memory, but if a question is asked how you have arrived at it, then the intelligence will have to function. And when the intelligence functions, the mind will not function. When the mind functions, the intelligence will not. Because it is the same substance that functions as the mind and as the intelligence. Substance is not different. It's the same. Is it okay?
Dr. Das?
Swamiji, I want a clarification. Why are you always interchanging that mind with a consciousness? So mind is different, but consciousness is different. But you always use mind. You never say consciousness.
See, when I start saying consciousness, people don't understand it. What is meant by I was not conscious, I was unconscious? He is not conscious enough. When we say the consciousness, what exactly is the substance that they are not able to understand? When I say the mind. Now, when I say the mind or even intelligence, etc., we are referring substance-wise the same. In the body, there is only one presence which animates the body and activates the body. That presence is one. The consciousness is functioning as the mind. When it does mentation, it is called the mind. When the consciousness does intellection, it is called the intelligence. When it does assertion, it is called the ego. Substance-wise, there is no difference. These are functional names. So instead of saying consciousness wipes off the whole wakeful impressions, I say the mind itself wipes off. The point is, the reference is to the inner presence which does all these. That is why, so to make it easily understandable to people, I say mind. Actually, it is consciousness. But I say that it is consciousness when we come to subtler discussions and to point out to that presence. You see, any adjective will not be suitable to refer to consciousness because all our words are coined from the sensory world and they are all matter, energy, etc. Now the substance that we are going to indicate or point out is different from matter and energy, and it is subjective. So how can the object-based words be applicable to them? That is why we say it is indescribable. Is it clear? Okay. One more?
Ganesh Kumari?
Swami, while you were explaining the Ratnakara's Valmiki Maharishi's story, at that time Swami told when the Saptarishis came, they told him to chant Rama because he did not even know how to chant any Sanskrit slokas. He was illiterate like that. That is why they asked him to chant Ram. But then he became a great saint by tapas. So afterwards he has written Ramayana, which is in Sanskrit. So just by doing tapas, he came to know about the Sanskrit language, or he studied from a guru like that, I'm asking. Just by tapas did he came to know about the Sanskrit language. He has
So
written
you
Ramayana.
want to know how a totally ignorant and foolish Ratnakara, how did he become a Maharshi so well studied that he could write Ramayana?
Yes.
But the fact is that he has written. So he must have known. We have no history of what happened to Ratnakara until he became Valmiki. No history is available to us. But normally, every child undergoes a process of learning before he becomes fluent in speaking, writing, etc. That is the normal rule. But this can be suspended and a new rule can be made. There are so many instances in our legends where suddenly Kalidasa was a fool. He was such a fool that this is the tree and this is a branch. He sat here and started cutting here. So the Brahmins found that there is no greater fool than Kalidasa. And they took him to become the husband of the king's daughter, who was very proud of her scholarship. And they managed to get him married, get her married. Finally, Kalidasa became very great. So they say there was an episode that he encountered Bhadrakali, etc., and he became wise. She wrote with the sword on his tongue, and he suddenly became intelligent. So something would have transpired, as a result of which he knew, he became great. But there are some references. When he saw the hunter hitting a bird, and the bird fell, the other bird was unable to leave the partner, that sight evoked a lot of sorrow in him. And that sorrow he expressed. Later on he came to know that it was a beautiful 4-line poetry. So he is considered the first poet of the land. The first poetry came out of his mouth. So he must have obviously undergone some study. How and where, we don't have any record. But the fact remains that he did not know anything. He underwent an austerity. You know that ignorance made him do steadfast austerity, which any one of you, including Ganesh Kumari, will not do. If you were a Ratnakara, I think you would have done tapasya. You are not Ratnakaras, that is your trouble. You are partly educated. That educatedness makes you not do the right thing. So because he was a fool and he did not know anything, whatever the Maharshi said, he implicitly followed. As a result of which he became very great, very knowledgeable. So in any form of knowledge making process, what works is the mind and the intelligence. And people can become. In Kerala there are some legends which tell us that a foolish man became a great poet. Such instances are there. In Tamil Nadu, that Arunagirinatha is one instance where he was also blessed by Devi and he became, no, by Muruga, and he became a great poet. So the routine methods are there, the traditional methods, but sometimes it can be cut short and you can become very intelligent and
Further questions, Swamiji, should we take up tomorrow?
But you had another question also about Rama.
We thought tomorrow, or would you like to?
No, that question I will answer and stop.
Okay, come, Ganesh.
See,
Should she ask the question, Swamiji?
what is, yes, read the question.
Narada Maharishi, when Narada Maharishi told about Sri Rama to Valmiki, that is when Ratnakara, he has become Valmiki. Rama, you told that Rama was a very young boy. That means many years before itself, when he was Ratnakara, the Saptarishis told him to chant Rama. At that time, we did not even know whether Rama was born or not. Only when after Ramayana came to, we know about Ramanama's greatness like that. So before itself, they have told to chant Rama, no? So that's what I wanted to.
It's a very interesting question. I like it. I was amused to read it. See, when a child was born to Dasharatha, they were debating and discussing, called some Maharshis and all that. And Dasharatha was wondering what name should be given to the son. So it was with a lot of deliberation and advice, etc., that the children were named Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna. The word Rama was already there. Now in your families, when you name your child, are you naming the child newly or are you picking up a name and giving him? Nobody makes a new name. So many names are there, you pick up a name. So the word Rama was there much before Sri Rama's birth. I think. What is the meaning of the word Rama? He was named Rama. Ramayati iti Ramaha. He who delights others is called Rama. So Rama was such a precious child. Everybody looked at him and he found this child is going to give a lot of delight and joy to the others. Similarly, Krishna was named Krishna only because Karshadi iti Krishna. A person whose personality attracts the others is called Krishna. So our names have got great meaning and relevance. So Rama was already there as a word. But that word was given to Sri Rama as a name. So where is the trouble? Is your problem resolved? Okay. We shall stop. You have anything to say?
No, Swamiji.
Did you like the session? Yes. Shall I continue? Yes. Now you have been given the notes. Read them, recite them. Tomorrow when you come, we will recite all the verses and all of you should be full-throatedly chanting. Samvedyavarjitamanuttamamehgamadyam sambitpadam vigalanam kalayan mahatman hridyeva tishtha kalanarahita kriyam tu kurvan agartrapadamehitya samodidashri kurvan agartrapadamehitya samodidashri. Take your pose for the conclusional Omkara. Oh. Acha, is dispassion growing in you? Huh? By this exposure? Huh? I think people are not nodding.